Welcome to Just a Minute. Hello, my name is Nicholas Parsons, and as the minute fades away, it's my huge pleasure to welcome you to this special edition of Just a Minute from the BBC Television Centre. This year marks the 45th anniversary of Just a Minute, and to celebrate over 4.5 decades of radio success, they've finally decided to let us deviate our way onto your television screens. So, without further ado, please welcome to the show the 4 talented performers who are going to join me. And they are seated on my right, Paul Merton and Sue Perkins, and seated on my left, Graham Norton and Phil Jupitus. Please welcome all 4 of them. The rules are impossibly simple until you try to play the game, and then you find that they're possibly simply impossible. Oh, thank you. I didn't think it was as funny as that, but you can... I will ask each player in turn to speak on the subject that I give them, and they will try and do that without hesitation, repetition, or deviation. At any time, one of the other 3 can challenge, and if I uphold that challenge, they gain a point. And if not, the person speaking gains a point and continues with the subject. Until the whistle goes, and that tells us that 60 seconds have elapsed. And by the way, they can repeat the subject on the card. Phil, would you take the first subject? The Bermuda Triangle. You have 60 seconds as usual, starting now.
The Bermuda Triangle is an area of sea that has caused the disappearance of many travellers, be they in boats, ships, trawlers, dinghies, aeroplanes, balloons, schooners, dirigibles, gliders, or other methods of transport. Its mysteries have puzzled travellers for Damn you!
Sue, new traveller.
A repeat of travellers.
Yes, there were travellers before, but what a lovely list he did there without pausing there. Sue, you have a correct challenge. You have 36 seconds. The Bermuda Triangle, and you start now.
The Bermuda Triangle is not, as one might think, the special green one you get in the assortment chocolate box at Christmas, although you can equally get lost in its charms. It is, as Phil has so perfectly described, an area of ocean mysterious, where those who venture far into its clutches disappear without trace. Some would say a conspiracy theory. I am not cognizant of such things. I imagine there's a tectonic plate that's shifted, stuff goes into it, but I never studied geology. Could it be something to do with the moon casting its...
So she was speaking as a whistle when gained that extra point, and she's taken the lead. She's ahead of everybody else. Graham, we'd like you to begin the next round.
Yes.
The subject... Oh, this is interesting. A new rule for Just a Minute. Give you a second or two to think about that, and then talk on the subject.
It won't help.
60 seconds, starting now.
A new rule for Just a Minute, which I think would be interesting and fun and perhaps move the game on to a new level, a sort of 21st century yee-haw extravaganza of entertainment on both the radio and, of course, here on television. Let me get to it. Sorry to keep you. So, I just think that...
Challenge first.
It was running out of steam, but also there was repetition of new.
Yes, you did say new.
That's on the card.
A new rule.
It is on the card, you're right. I withdraw my challenge, Graham. I'm an idiot.
So, incorrect challenge.
I'm a buffoon.
And a new rule for Just a Minute is still with you, Graham, and you have 37 seconds, starting now.
I couldn't be happier to have this subject back. Let me tell you about a new rule for...
Sue, challenge again.
A repeat of Let Me Tell You.
Yes, let me tell you.
Really?
Yes, you said it before. Let me tell you.
Oh, well, never mind.
Never mind. Sue, a correct challenge. A new rule for Just a Minute. 33 seconds, starting now.
I think that every time a panellist hesitates, deviates or repeats, Nicholas should remove an item of clothing. That would spice things up no end.
No.
Paul, we liked your interruption and we give you a bonus point for that. But what is your challenge within the rules of Just a Minute?
I think something I had to be stopped. I have no challenge.
Have no challenge. Well, you've got your bonus point because they enjoyed your interruption, but Sue was interrupted,
yes.
So she keeps the subject. A new rule for Just a Minute, and there are 24 seconds starting now.
Come on now, who here wouldn't enjoy the sight of Nicholas loosening his tie?
No. Repetition of Nicholas.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Very good.
Very good, very good. You've played the game before, haven't you? Right, so, Paul, you've got in on this subject with 22 seconds to go. A new rule for Just a Minute, starting now.
Every contestant has to speak backwards. Idea terrible A what? That would be how it would work. But you see, it's actually very difficult to even play the game by the normal rules of deviation, hesitation, repetition. What point would there be if you said you could no longer use vowels or consonants consecutively one after the other? It would be madness.
So Paul Merton was then speaking as the whistle went, gained that extra point for doing so, and he's now moved forward, and Sue is out in the lead. Sue, it's actually your turn to begin. Ooh. Unwanted presents. It's a good subject. 60 seconds, Sue, starting now.
I've always found Anne Widdecombe to be an unwanted presence. However, I don't believe that's what's on the card. We are, of course, referring to the things you get on your birthday. Maybe it's a jumper, cardigan, a book, or, as I once received on my 8th birthday, an arch...
Phil, your
Couple of
challenge.
birthdays.
Yes. Your 2 birthdays. Right. Phil, well listened. You have a correct challenge. You have 45 seconds still. Unwanted presents. And you start now.
A 78 record player was given to me by my mother and father one Christmas, which did not meet my audio needs one jot. That particular year, I stood looking down at it as it played the discs to my
Sue, challenge.
Bit of hesitation.
I think we call that hesitation. Yes, Sue, another point to you. And 30 seconds still on unwanted presents, starting now.
The rule is keep the unwanted gift in a drawer, cupboard or box. Don't do as I did and immediately give it to a charity shop, whereupon this particular artefact was displayed in the window, and the friend who'd given me the gift saw it and hell broke out.
Graham, challenge.
Repetition of gift.
Yes, you mentioned the gift before.
I did.
So, Graham, well listened. You've got him with 17 seconds on unwanted presents, and your time starts now.
It was Christmas morning. Ooh, I was excited. And I got up and I ran downstairs because I'd asked for all sorts of things. What I got, ladies and gentlemen, I do not lie, it was a ginger-haired ventriloquist dummy called Finnegan. Thank you very much, Santa, for that.
So, Graham not only was speaking as a whistle went, but timed it so the payoff to his story came right on the whistle. Paul, it's your turn to begin. Oh, another delightful geographical question. The Angel of the North. Tell us something about that subject in this game, starting now.
The Archangel Gabriel appeared in front of Mary and said, "Hey up, love, guess what? You're pregnant. It's going to be a great Christmas. Jupitus, your father. He's going to be the son of God. It's going to be great. Yeah, fantastic." And that would be my impression of the Angel of the North. Of course, there is also the magnificent sculpture made by Anthony Gormley, I believe, the sculptor. And it's there... Sculpture and sculptor. I
Yes,
think
that's
two
all
words.
right. Good challenge. So an incorrect challenge, Paul. You keep the subject, the Angel of the North. 40 seconds, starting now.
As I stared into the mouth of the ravenous beast, I could see in the background an angel magnetically pointing north. This was the golden dream of my childhood, to have an angel looking after me and saying, "I am your keepsake, your partner through life. Do not think of me as a superstitious, ethereal creature."
Is there a nurse in the building?
Did I go again?
Yeah, you went again. You missed.
I didn't start talking about the angel.
Yeah,
Gabriel.
you did. Oh,
So what was your challenge within the rules of Just a Minute?
Yeah.
no. I think deviation from sanity.
Oh, you can be as insane as you like on Just a Minute.
Yeah,
As long as you
exactly.
keep going. So, Paul, an incorrect challenge. Another point to you. You still have the subject. The Angel of the North. 17 seconds, starting now.
If you look at a map of the London Underground, you'll see that the Angel station is on the Northern Line, and indeed it is not far away from that other magnificent... Oh, I don't know what to say.
Sue, challenge.
Hesitation.
Yes.
And we call that hesitation. Sue, 9 seconds are still available. The Angel of the North, starting now.
Gateshead's proud guardian sits with huge great wings and took £1 million...
Phil, challenge.
The angel stands, doesn't sit.
Yeah, no, it does. I know, yeah. The Angel of the South is one that squats, isn't it?
Yeah.
Phil, you had a correct challenge. You have another point, of course. The Angel of the North, 5 seconds, starting now.
Sitting atop the hill. Ow, I did it!
So we give Phil a bonus point for overacting. So you have a correct challenge.
Thank you.
And you've cleverly got in with 3 seconds to go.
Oh.
You haven't won any friends, but you've got the subject.
Tough gig.
And the Angel of the North with you, Sue, starting now.
Those arms stretched bend to the...
Paul, challenge.
Did we not have arms before?
Yes.
They're not arms.
Well, they're sort of arms.
They're wings.
They are
Big,
wings.
flappy angel wings.
So, Paul, correct challenge. 5 seconds to go on... No! 1 second to go. And you have the Angel of the North starting now.
Angel of the North, how wonderful you are!
So, at the end of that round, Sue Perkins is in the lead, and the other three are following with 1 point separating them. And Sue, we're back with you to begin. And the subject is my idea for Dragon's Den. I don't know whether you have a serious one or not, but it doesn't matter. Talk on it in this game, starting now.
I have patented Bark Be Gone, the special mouth silencer for irritating dogs. If you have a terrier, Dachshund, Spinoni, Labrador, Spitz, anything that really has a vocal aspect to it, simply put on the vocal alteration system.
Phil.
A couple of vocals.
A couple of vocals, yes. So, Phil, well, listen, you have the subject. My idea for Dragon's Den. 40 seconds, starting now.
My idea for Dragon's Den is, once I've received my instructions from the Trollmaster, is to approach the den very, very stealthily.
Graham, you spotted it first.
2 berries.
2 very. It's one of the tricks of Just a Minute, which they can easily fall into. But, Graham, you picked it up first, and you have 33 seconds to tell us something about my idea for Dragon's Den, starting now.
My idea for Dragon's Den is just to shut it down. I find it quite irritating, sitting there smug with their money on a table. I don't think it's appropriate. But look at this, they're loving it. They hate this show. Who knew? I thought it was a hit. But no, they loathe it with a passion. Am I still speaking?
No, Paul has challenged you, but you were going so well the audience didn't hear it.
Well, there was a hesitation there.
There was a hesitation in the middle of it, yes. So, Paul, you have the subject, my idea for Dragon's Den. 15 seconds available, starting now.
I do watch the programme. Hillary's the new dragon in the den. I like it, love, but I don't think I can invest. I find that absolutely charming, the way that these entrepreneurs address these people who have come in with magnificent inventions, or so they think, perhaps a lifelong dream.
So Paul Merton was then speaking as a whistle when gained that extra point, and he's moved forward. He's now equal with Sue Perkins in the lead, closely followed by Graham Norton, 1 point behind, and then 2 or 3 behind him, Phil Jupitus. It's very close. It's very exciting, and you couldn't care less, could you?